pickdogs.com, and it is Saturday, October 19th, 2019, week 8 college football action. Of course, it is my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It is College Football Saturday. Normally we come at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 days a week, but last week our show ran long, and today a lot of early kickoffs, so a lot of noon Eastern Time games. I don't even have enough TVs. I have the 4 TVs on my wall, plus the iPad, plus the computer, and I know, looking at today's early schedule, I don't have enough TVs. I can already tell you that I see at least 10 games on the early slate with 2:30 Eastern Time starts or earlier that I like. So just a lot of action today and a lot of early action. Not a lot of really great big marquee matchups, but a lot of games. So it's not even a full game. It's College Football Saturday. There's 55 games on the board. Plus we have NHL, plus we have Major League Baseball thanks to the Yankees. Thanks to Aaron Hicks. Big home run in the first inning. I mean, that was a meatball of meatballs, right? And it was like when he turned on it and he hit it, it was just a matter of it's fair or foul. Hit the fair pole, and all is good. When I went to bed last night, they hadn't named the starters for the game, so I'm going to look at it now, and I still don't see anything listed. So I didn't do a Major League Baseball video for today yet. As soon as those starters are listed, I'll do one. I might do it as a live show. I might not. But hello, everyone from Twitter. Hello, everyone from Facebook. Hello, everyone from YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. It is Saturday. It is 4:30 in the morning here in Maui. I am up and ready for college football. I haven't turned on the TV. I had to fill out a survey. Yep, our new background came in for Pick Dogs, so I'm going to start doing those. Those how to bet videos that I've been talking about. I'm excited to do them. Parlay strategy we're going to do, money management, and also we're going to add a money management parlay strategy and all kinds of betting strategy shows to our live shows. So I do have a question for people as well, and today's question, and I'm going to reiterate this a few times throughout the show, so I know the way that we're going to have a ton of game questions coming up. We start the game questions about 5 minutes in. We give everybody a chance. I don't know. I'm going to guess the YouTube notifications did go out because we're a half hour early and people are on the show. But I do have a question. When I turn to the side, I'm just looking at my monitor here, and I'll show you guys what I look at when I'm turning. So I have one of those big widescreen monitors here. And that's what I'm looking at. You can see it's pitch black, man. It's 4:30 in the morning here in Maui. But this is what I do. This is what I signed up for, so no problems. I love doing the show. I like talking to you guys every day. The whole reason I'm on the internet, the whole reason that I got involved in the internet 12 years ago, in 2008, was I wanted to talk college football with people. I had no one to talk college football with. And I said, I'm going to start a website where I can talk about college football. And that's exactly why I'm here. And, it grew into more sports. It grew into more things. But primarily, I'm still here 12 years later talking college football. Keep rolling right along. Let's see what we got. I know we got some games. We'll get to those. I just want to say good morning to everybody. But anyways, the question that I have for everybody. So I know that the 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time show, our morning show, and also our weekend shows always have the biggest crowds. They always have the biggest crowds. But is the timing of the 4 o'clock show just bad for people, and that's why it doesn't show up, or you guys don't like the content? Would you rather have it at a different time? Would you rather have it earlier than 4 o'clock Eastern Time? Would you rather have it 5 or 6 o'clock Eastern Time? Is that easier? Obviously, that would be easier for me. The only reason I run it at 4 o'clock Eastern Time is because I want to run it against that crappy Picks and Parlay show. Because it just sucks so bad, I want to give people an alternative. So, such a shitty show, man. So bad. It's like, But let's get into the picks. You guys let me know what you think is best for that. But I'm going to get my screen ready. And I haven't put down a best bet slide that I do. You guys know I do that every day. And I probably won't be doing it much longer because the premium area looks like it's ready to go. So I'll probably start the premium area on Monday. It doesn't mean we won't be doing tons of free picks. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that on certain games, I'm going to say I have a pick in the premium area. And those who are premium members, you guys know I always have at least some picks in there, but it's not like every game. And it's not like I always have the side or total on every game. So we have, we'll still have plenty to go over on these live shows, but let me just go through, say good morning. Anyone wants to say good morning, and then we'll come back to the questions. I don't think it's a bullpen game. I've heard Jarrett Cole for the Astros, but I'm not sure I don't know what that means. 5. So 5 p.m. There's one vote for 5. Replay watcher, 4 p.m. 5 would be awesome. No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand it. That's why I'm asking. That's what I'm hearing, but it's like, why don't they list the starter? It's okay. No, I just want to know if it's the time or not. Yep, we hit that Ohio State halftime. We hit it hard. That was awesome, right? That's fine. I understand. I'm just asking. So it's like, I understand all that other stuff about the show. It's not like a question of expecting you guys to watch every show. All right, let's get to the action. South Carolina versus Florida. I see this one down to 4. Heavy line movement here on the Gamecocks. I don't know. This is a tough game for me because I didn't bet this one. There's so many games on the board with a noon start today that I do like that it was easy to not bet this one. I like almost every other game that starts at noon, I like. And I bet most of them. And this is the one I didn't bet. I see the line at 5. I see it at 6. We see 29% of the public on South Carolina. And generally, you guys know, I love the inverse line movement. I love all those things. I like that South Carolina came through for us last week. I like their quarterbacks playing. I like that, Florida has played 2 gruesome, I don't mean like gruesome effort on the field. I mean like Auburn and LSU back to back. See, Alabama's going to have that gauntlet coming up, and Auburn plays a gauntlet schedule like that, and LSU has the gauntlet coming up as well. But I gotta say that I like Florida here. I do. I like the inverse line movement. I like all those things, but I think this is one of those cases where we can ignore it. I think Florida's just a better team. And I think getting them at this price is probably a bargain. So let's kick the show off. We're going to take the team that I don't like, but it doesn't matter. People say, "Oh, you don't like the Patriots, so you never take them." Yeah, I don't really care. About who the team is just a face. Unless it's the Miami Hurricanes, the team is just a face. It's just it's a rotation number. In this case, Florida's number 373, and South Carolina's 374. Florida, in this case, is just 373. It doesn't matter if I like them, don't like them, whatever. I have a lot of friends that went to the University of Florida, and it is a major rivalry for when I grew up. Florida and Miami is a big, big, big rivalry. They used to play every year, and there's been some crazy things that have happened in those games throughout the years. Not a lot of sportsmanship, that's for sure. But anyways, we're going to take the Gators here. I like Clemson in this one. I know it's a big number. I know it's on the road. I know Louisville's been playing well. I know that Clemson has stumbled in spots. But the spot that they stumbled at, North Carolina, we knew they were going to stumble there. I picked North Carolina on the money line that game. And I don't see the same thing here. I think that Clemson is just too strong of a team. And I think Louisville, so I say this about Louisville, Arkansas, and a couple other teams where, all right, the program was here, All right, here's the floor, and here's here. The program went like this, right, and it hit the floor. Now, they bounced, but they're not here. They're here, you know. Meanwhile, Clemson is here. It's higher than those programs ever were, and especially, you know, heading into this part of the season, I'd expect to see Clemson really turning it up a notch. I know it's on the road, but just way too much talent on Clemson. Kind of like what we saw with Ohio State last night. The better teams are going to flex their muscle in opportunities that they can. It wasn't like Ohio State, you know, at the end of the game there, Ohio State fell on the ball, but they could have easily scored another touchdown with their backups. We saw them rip off big runs, and they were able to do that. And I think Clemson's going to be able to do that against Louisville. They just have them outmanned. You know, so I think it's just a bad spot for Louisville. I'm not saying Louisville's a horrible team. They're not as bad as they've been in recent years. They're certainly a lot better than they were last year and the year before. You know, the best they've been since Lamar Jackson left. But they're not in the same category as Clemson. So we're going to go with Clemson in this one, late 24.5. Houston minus 23 against UConn. This is an interesting one because it's been a sort of a frustrating season for Houston in the Dana Holgorsen. It's a transition year for them. Meanwhile, UConn is just so bad. I mean, they're so bad. But, you know, 23 is a ton of points for this game as well. It's down to 22.5, but UConn is just so bad. I mean, they're so bad. A Dana Holgorsen offense generally lights up the scoreboard, but we haven't really seen it that much this year out of Houston. They beat North Texas 46-25, so they put 46, 31-38 losers to Tulane, 24-31 Washington State, 31 against Oklahoma, but that was with their other quarterback, right? So just a little bit of a different team. Meanwhile, if we look at the wrong side of the scoreboard for Connecticut, 49, 48, 56, 38, 31. I mean, it's been real ugly defensively. So while I don't love this game and I did not bet it, I would lean to Houston minus the points. It's 22.5, not 23. That's what I see that. So I hope that's a good enough explanation. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It is now 4:45 a.m. here in Maui, Hawaii. No golf for me today. I take Saturdays off and watch college football with you guys. Of course, I'm going to do some halftime shows, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up, all those kind of good things that we do. I appreciate it a ton. It shouldn't take you very long. And like I said, it helps us an absolute ton for you guys to do that sort of stuff. So, it's like, I have this setup here, and that's why it's nice that when I have Steve Monahan on the show, because he can talk while I'm doing this other stuff. I need an assistant is what I need. But let's see what we got. Maybe we'll teach Sam how to do it. What time do you go to bed at night? I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I do. I go to bed at 8, sometimes 9 if I'm feeling like a carnival person. Yeah, I'm up early. So I live almost like on East Coast time. I kind of like live on a blend of East Coast and West Coast time, even though I live in Hawaii. So I'm up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I go to bed at like 8 o'clock. I mean, yeah, if there's something going on, whatever, I'll stay up, but most nights I don't make it. And, you know, the sports are long over by then here. Long over. I mean, the games are here are over. You know, that one tonight starts at 10:30 Eastern time, so that starts at 4:30 our time. It'll be over by 8 o'clock. I'll have it on one of the top screens at that point. Probably rent a movie. Have that up. Awesome. Me too. I'm looking forward to the betting strategy show. I'm having a great start to my day. It is really just the start to the day. Normally this time I'm like vegging on the couch, kind of going through notes, last minute things for the show, but screw it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up. I see 128 people watching on YouTube. I see 40 thumbs up. I'm not going to be like some of the other guys say, I'm not giving another pick till you hit the thumbs up. I wouldn't do that to you. But at the same time, I will ask you to hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on a mobile device, If you shrink the comments, then you hit the thumbs up, and then you can put the comments back up. I like Wisconsin to roll Illinois. I'm taking a lot of favorites today. I like Wisconsin to roll Illinois. I just don't see how Illinois scores in this game. Kind of like the Northwestern game last night. Same thing I said. I just don't see how they score. I don't see it. I'm going to take Wisconsin here. I think the defense is so good at Wisconsin. Being the number one ranked defense in the country, they're still underrated. You're just not hearing about it. Defense is boring to most people. I love defense. And the way Wisconsin plays defense isn't even like an exciting turnover chain defense, right? It's just this, they make tackles in space, and it's like they cover guys, and they haven't played anybody. And it's like they have that magical combination of a soft schedule and guys that can tackle. And, Illinois, I've been on Illinois, and this is another improved team. So Illinois, Arkansas, Louisville, right? They hit the bottom, and they bounce, but they're only here. But Wisconsin, with that defense, they're going to be able to beat some teams. They are. It'll be interesting to see the way that defense stacks up against Ohio State, who has so many weapons. Like we said in the pregame show, and like we said on our Friday football free-for-all with Steve Monahan, where we actually changed Steve's opinion. I went off so much on how Ohio State was going to beat Northwestern. Steve changed his pick from Northwestern to Ohio State, thankfully for him, right? We talked him off the bridge and put him on a winner. It was just exactly what we thought, is that Wisconsin can run the ball, they can overpower you, and their defense is going to do things, but Ohio State just has so many different ways to attack you, and I don't see how Northwestern can score. I think Illinois turns the ball over, and they get a little sloppy, and I think that's where the cover is going to come in here. So I'm going to take Wisconsin and lay the points. I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it. It's a big number. I like Florida State in this one. I've been on Wake a ton. Dave Clawson, I loved it when they signed him. But as the coach, and I knew good things were on the way, I think Florida State's going to be a little salty after last week's game at Wake. I think this is going to be a close one. I didn't bet it, personally. Oklahoma, minus 33 against West Virginia. Tough not to take the Sooners here. West Virginia was blown out by Missouri earlier this season. And I look to that game because the Sooners' offense is just a way better offense than Missouri. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is way better than Kelly Bryant. I'm saying the supporting cast is better. It's just a matter of West Virginia puts up some points on them. Not rushing to the window to bet the Sooners here, but it's Celine. Morning to everyone. Did this one. I don't know. Bullpen game's tough. I would say if it is a bullpen game, under. Because anytime there's a situation in a bullpen game, anytime there's any kind of trouble, they change the pitcher, right? It's not like Justin Verlander's out there in the first inning and he's got guys on base and then he gives up a line drive home run. They have to make that decision: do I keep him in or do I yank him? Pitcher's laboring in a bullpen game. Next man up, as the Yankees say, right? Hashtag next man up. That's the whole thing about so this goes back to the question. This goes back to the same question, and that is, what time should we do that 4 o'clock live show? Should we keep it at 4, or should we move it back? And this is the whole reason. It's like if people are at work and that's why they're not watching, then I can move it back. But if it's like I would just rather watch a replay version at my leisure, then we'll just keep it at the same time. That's really what that's all about. That's what the question is about. So see, that's the whole thing. So 4 p.m. Yeah, see, this is the whole issue here. See, 4 p.m. isn't great for a lot of people. 5 or even 6. 6, I think, starts getting into it. I don't love this game either, but it's like another big favorite, right? LSU minus 19.5. Today is a day where the dogs are really going to bite down on these point spreads, or the favorites are just going to roll because we have so many big point spreads, so many one-sided games. These aren't like the best games on the board, but these are the games. And, Mississippi State, just the QB play is just so bad. It's so bad. It's just hard to even watch. So LSU, more favorites for me. I don't bet first half. $4 p.m., another vote for 4. It seems that we're mixed. Yes, I can. Larry Romanelli, Roll Tide. I think we're approaching towards the end of the softer part of Alabama's schedule. I mean, as soft as the schedule as Alabama seems to draw every year, I think this is the end of the softest part of it. Tennessee at home. It's like, to me, it's great that you beat Tennessee at home. I understand all that stuff, and that's the team that's on the schedule, and that's a rivalry game as well. But it's like, it's the fact that they celebrate like they've actually accomplished something. That's what bothers me. It's like, yeah, like it was a big deal to beat Tennessee. Well, actually, next week they have Arkansas. Then it's LSU, Mississippi State, Western Carolina, and Auburn. So they really don't play anybody. I mean, this is not a hard schedule that they play. This is as soft as it gets for the SEC. Like LSU and Auburn. I mean, Florida played those teams in back-to-back weeks, and they still have Georgia on, at South Carolina, Georgia. It's like, I mean, Alabama did play at South Carolina too. This is an interesting one too. Yeah, I like ULM plus the points on this. I love App State. I just don't think that they can put up the numbers here to cover. I think they win. I just don't think they cover. Yep, I like going head-to-head with the Picks and Parlays radio show. That's my own personal preference because the show sucks so bad, and it's like I like to see that they put so much money into it, and they have like 14 people watching the show, and we have like 200. It's like our show costs nothing. I'm sitting here at my desk or outside or something, and these guys have like the studio with cameramen and like a guy working the switcher and all this like fancy equipment and set design. It's like I wish I could go. I wish I could show you guys the bills for that show. So shitty. Who did this game? I don't know what it is. You got Team A versus Team B with the point spread or total. So like this, you got to say what number that is, so everybody knows. Well, we want your questions answered. We want everybody to know what we're talking about and what the answer is. No idea what that means. It depends what the money line is, see what the value is. What is it? I like Tulsa plus the 16.5. I like the way Cincinnati's playing. I just think Tulsa can hang with them. I think they'll frustrate them a little bit. Tulsa plus 16.5. We covered that one. No, it wasn't that late. It's that the touchdown run late wasn't that late. I mean, how late was it? I mean, let's be honest, man. Let's call it what it is. So he says late. Let's see what the late is. I know it wasn't that late. Yeah. It was 7:46 left to go in the game. That's not late. Late is like in the last minute or last 2 minutes. 7:48 left to go in the game is not late by any stretch of the imagination in a college football game. Yeah, I did a parlay on my YouTube. And on the website, if you go to pickdogs.com, there's a parlay there. And if you go to YouTube, on our YouTube channel, I did a parlay. It's on our YouTube channel. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our website, pickdogs.com, and you'll get the parlay. Arizona at USC minus 9.5. I like Arizona plus the points. Arizona plus 9.5 against USC. I think USC. I think that Arizona can keep it close. That's not the line for that game. The line's not 23 either on this game. I mean, you got if you're gonna ask the question, you have to ask what the point spread is. You know, it's not 23. I know that much. At least it hasn't been. Yeah, it's not even close. Yep, 8 o'clock. I like Temple plus the 9 in this one. I don't think SMU is going undefeated. I think Temple has a chance to win this one outright. I haven't given it out because I just found out it was a bullpen game. I didn't even know. But I'm not showing lines. And someone said it was 7.5, but I show on here 9. So I don't know if we have a number on that. It depends on the day. It honestly, I'm not one of these people that says I'll never play more than 3 games or I only play 1 a day or anything like that. There might be days where I don't play anything. Like that day there was the like I think it was Wednesday or something when the Yankee game got rained out, and then there was like one college football game that there's no way I was going to bet the thing, South Alabama or something. No way I was going to bet that game, right? So 0 on that day. But a day like today, I might bet, I don't know, I might bet 15. So it just depends. You know, I'm not one of those people. I don't look at it on a prescribed number of games or this is the most I can bet or the least I can bet or anything like that. I look at the schedule. I say, here's my bankroll. And these are the games I want to bet. And that's pretty much how it works. These are the games that fit. These are the games that don't fit. You know, it's that simple. It really is. I don't understand how people can say there's only 3 games. Or, you know, you never bet more than 3 games. I understand the idea of less action, putting more on that, and that's all fine and well. But what if there's 10 games that you absolutely love? You know, it's like you're leaving money on the table with that strategy. It doesn't even make any sense to me. I love unders and defense. That is us. Oh, here's a lousy game. Rice, UTSA. UTSA. That was easy. I got the new background for my videos for the website. Hopefully you guys have seen that. Hopefully you guys have visited pickdogs.com. You can see it write-ups on all these games. I don't do any of the free pick write-ups, at least not now. I think in college basketball I'm going to start writing again. I've talked to the guys about it, and it all really depends on the way that the schedule shapes up. I think on most days, those guys can do it on their own with just, you know, with our team that we have. But we are a little bit short-staffed on writers right now, so I think in college basketball, for Saturday games, for Wednesday games, and Thursday games, those really heavy days, I'm going to probably be doing some write-ups on college basketball on the website, on the free picks. So be on the lookout for that as well. So be sure to check out the website, pickdogs.com. We got the poker chips. I got the new background. It's slowly starting to happen. I think you guys can see it. It's happening. It feels slowly, but actually for the way that businesses and websites go, It's really, really fast, and we should have the premium area on Monday. It was supposed to be ready today, but it's like I've already given out all the picks, so what's the point? Yeah, I think it would be helpful. We did this one. I like your shoe. Thanks. I don't wear shoes generally. I wear flip-flops, but that's okay. So you can find me. Well, who's your top 3 teams in the country? Clemson is number 1. Ohio State and Clemson, Ohio State, and LSU. I would say based upon what they've played this season, based upon the schedule, and based upon how they've done against that schedule, Clemson, LSU, and Ohio State. Ohio State is sort of tied with Alabama, but I would say they're in that category. Same thing. They've played nobody, but they've dominated their games. But Clemson and Clemson, they're the defending national champs. So until they lose, they're still number 1. And then the other LSU, they've played already a tough schedule. They beat Florida and Auburn. Or they beat Florida. Did they beat Auburn? I don't think so. I don't think they played Auburn yet. Let's see. Let's look at LSU's schedule real quick. I get confused. Easily. A lot of information. Of course, if you're watching us, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. And subscribe to our channel. Let's look at the LSU schedule. They have not played Auburn. They play Auburn next week. Wow, next week looks like a good schedule. As bad as this week's schedule is, it looks like next week we have a really nice schedule for week 9. Let's see what we got. Week 9, we have, I believe it's Ohio State, Wisconsin, too. Nebraska. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we got Ohio State, Wisconsin. That's a noon game next week, noon Eastern time start. And then I believe LSU, Auburn, probably be 3:30, or is it a night game also? LSU Auburn is the 3:30 game on CBS. So it'll be up against the World Series more than likely, is why these games are early. I like under 48.5. You know what? Make it over. Let's go over 48.5. Iowa. Purdue. Of course, we're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Normally at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We started early today because last week we ran right into the early kickoff. So we're doing it early. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you're watching us on YouTube. 191 people watching us on YouTube. It's awesome. 89 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. 190 people watching and 89 thumbs up. Something doesn't add up there. You guys can hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Greatly appreciated. It helps us a ton. And will mean more free picks in the future as we open our premium area. Virginia -3 versus Duke. I like Duke in this one. I don't like the way Virginia's played recently. I think Duke's the play there. If you're watching us on a mobile device and you don't know how to hit the thumbs up, you just shrink the comments. And then you can see them. It's weird, every time I say that, there's 200 people watching in this thing, and we get like 25 thumbs up right away. And another thumbs down. That was probably Craig Trapp. He doesn't watch this show. He thinks I'm too old and shitty. Morning Mitch checking in from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What do you think about Southern Miss minus 2.5 against La Tech? I like Southern Miss in this game. Steve Monahan took La Tech. This is an under-the-radar good game. But Southern Miss is one of those teams really good or not so good. And this is a good Southern Miss team. Boise State minus 7 at BYU. Which BYU team shows up? I've been wrong on BYU games almost every game this year outside of the Tennessee game. And so really, really tough. I'm going to go with BYU here. I don't love it. I might change my mind. I'm going to be on during halftimes and stuff today. I'm going to probably come on twice during halftimes. Maybe once on the early games because there's so many early games. And then maybe once during Penn State, Michigan. If that's okay with you guys. Tulane, Memphis, over under 59.5. Over. I love the over in Tulane, Memphis. Memphis scores a lot of points. They play no defense. I like Hawaii in this one. I live in Hawaii. Just want to keep the neighbors happy. I really don't care any other way. But Hawaii's been playing pretty well. I don't know what that means. Bet against Minnesota Gophers when they play good goof Big Ten teams. Goof teams. Morning, Howard. No idea what that means. What kind of questions are these? Oh, Western Michigan, Oklahoma over. I like the over 63.5. I think this one's pretty easy. The Oklahoma games have actually not been going over. Did this game. Yeah, my one game that I really liked last night was Florida Atlantic. They lost, and the other 3 all won. But at least I bet those and the Yankees, and so it was. And plus our halftime, I ended up really big yesterday. I don't know about any of you guys, but it wasn't a bankroll doubler, but it was a big win. I was surprised because I didn't bet the games that big, but it was like the only game we lost was the FAU game, and we hit that Ohio State halftime with the over, and I hit those as well. So it kind of made it like instead of 3-1, it was 5-1. Big. 5-1 does it. What's up with Oklahoma State? Seems pretty typical. I took Boston College in this one. I took them on the money line, actually. I bet BC on the money line. So I'll take them here with the points, but I like them on the money line. I think they win this game. This is not the point spread for that game. I like Auburn minus the 19. After a week off, coming off of a loss, Arkansas is another one of those teams that has bounced off the floor. I really want to double check before I cast away that Rutgers, Minnesota. But I'm pretty sure that's not the point spread. Yeah, it's not even close. So I like Auburn here coming off. They have a week off. When you have physical teams that play against physical teams, sometimes they need some time off. And of course, the only thing here is that we know that Auburn has LSU next week, and we just went over that. So that is one thing to consider. That's one thing to consider here. Is LSU home again for that thing? They are. LSU has had most of their big games at home. They've gotten really lucky with that. Purdue plus 18. I like Purdue in this one. I took Purdue plus the points. Iowa's a good team, but 18 points is a ton, and Purdue has some guys that can do it. I like the under 53.5, BC, NC State. I don't think NC State scores big points in this one. I think BC beats them. Thank you. I have no idea what that means. We did that game. The parlay is on our YouTube channel, and it's also at pickdogs.com. Oklahoma State -4 versus Baylor. I'll take Baylor plus the 4. I think that Oklahoma State's a good team, but not a great team. And Baylor, way underrated. They're unbeaten. Did this one. Yeah, here's the thing. I still own the company, so there's some legal things going on in the background. I can't discuss the details of it, but things are probably going to be changing in the future. I don't know if it's the near future, the distant future, the medium future. These guys in Sweden move so slow. I mean, these guys are just, I don't know, man. It's like, I've never worked with lazier people in my entire life. People that just can't put their business as their number one focus. And the fact that they can't put their business as number one focus is that they just fall all over themselves. You know, it's like every decision they make, it's kind of like, God, it's always like a typical thing in a you know, like a comedy, right? Where it's like, you know, it's like they act like they're these tough guys, and it's like they take a step and it's like an anvil falls on their foot. You know, it's like, that's what it's like working with these people. And I don't know, for some reason, Craig is like enamored with them. So we have some issues there, but like I said, it's all going to work itself out, and probably have some news on that front. But I still own the company, and it's like I own a lot more of the company than I thought I did, which is weird. It makes it really crappy. It makes it an uncomfortable situation. Is what it is. We're trying to get past it. Indiana versus Maryland, over under. If you have a question, this is the format that you put the questions in, like this. Not one team. You know, it's Team A versus Team B with a point spread. So the whole idea is that anybody tuning in at any time, whether they don't know who Indiana's playing, whether they don't know who Maryland's playing, now they do. They know exactly what we're talking about. So like this, we went over this game already, but it's like, aside from that, who are they playing? You know, it's like anyone tuning in it's unfair to the rest of our viewers. We try and keep it. It's a community. It's not sure, we want to answer your question. I want to answer your question, but I want to answer it for our community, not just for you, for everybody. It's a team effort here, man. It's a big loving, right? It's like we all love each other. Sometimes we get mad at each other. Sometimes we disagree with each other. Sometimes I call people out. Some people call me out. You know, it's like, I mean, we're the family. You know, it's like, right? We argue, but at the end of the day, man, it's okay if we argue with each other or someone says something, you know, to each other that they disagree. But let somebody from the outside try and say one word about any of us, right? It's like, it's right. It's like the family dynamic, right? It's like, it's okay for me and you to argue, and it's for me and you to disagree, and it's okay for me and other people inside of our community to disagree. But let somebody come from the outside and say something. It's like it ain't gonna happen. And I like the over in this game. I like the over in Maryland, Indiana. See. Also, if anyone's in any of these areas of the country, which I'm sure you are, if I say something like an over or something, and you guys say, hey, you know, there's supposed to be 30 feet of snow today, that would be really helpful. See, like this, you got to say who Clemson's playing. We already covered that game. We did this one. Got to have a point spread like that. I love Penn State in this game. This would be one of my top plays of the day. Betting against Jim Harbaugh has really given me a good life. You guys know I play golf every day. I surf every day. I live in Hawaii and Maui. You guys saw it yesterday. We did it from outside my house, and we walked around my house a little bit. And, you know, we rubbed the Buddha belly, and it won, right? 5-1 yesterday. We rubbed the Buddha belly on the show. We all go out after this show and rub the Buddha belly. But betting against Jim Harbaugh has given me a life like this. It has. Betting against bad coaches in general. Jim Harbaugh, Jim Moore Jr., you know, betting against Josh Rosen and you know, at UCLA, things like that. That's how you pay for this stuff. And I'm going to do the betting strategies, videos, and just a ton of them. I'm just going to do tons and tons like I do with everything else. And I'm going to talk about how you go from a small bankroll to a large bankroll, not necessarily making big bets, just finding something that works before everybody else does. While everybody's talking about Jim Harbaugh switching from, some brand of khakis to Lululemon khakis, we're fading the crap out of him. We're betting big against him. And then we also know that when he gets against the lousy teams, he loves to rub it in their face. He loves to rub it in their face when he's up against the bad teams. Like a 49-0 win for Jim Harbaugh, if there's, time left on the clock, isn't good enough for him. He's got to win 56-0. But when it comes time to play the big boys, I mean, he had that San Francisco 49ers team in the Super Bowl with somebody else's players. I mean, they got whooped. They turned the lights out, remember? It's like, someone flipped the switch, the lights went out at the Super Bowl. The lights have gone out on Jim Harbaugh. I have no idea what that means. No idea what that means. No idea what that means. I don't know how they lost. I don't know. We were 5-1 yesterday. I can't really complain. This is the exact same thing my golf coach says to me. I'll hit a shot and I'm 10 feet from the pin. I'll hit a shot and I'll hit a shot 10 feet from the pin and I'll be frustrated with it. From 140 yards, I'll hit it and it'll be like 10, 15 feet from the pin. And they're like, that's a good shot. And I'll be like, but I could have been 5. It's like, those aren't the ones you beat yourself up. So on a 5-1 day, we're not going to beat ourselves up about the loss. That's for damn sure. I don't know. Not sure what that means. I like Central Michigan. Bowling Green's terrible. CMU minus 10.5. Of course, if you're watching us, please hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. We've got 200 people watching us on YouTube. We have 126 thumbs up. Of course, that's what keeps the picks coming. Yep. There is some sloppy, wet conditions, I guess, in the south, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Northern Illinois minus 2.5 at Miami of Ohio. This is when I'm going to have to look it up. See what we got. The Huskies and the Red Hawks. I knew that was going to bring me to the Miami Hurricanes game. Let's see what happens. Miami of Ohio plus 2.5. The line hasn't moved. 32% of the public on Miami of Ohio. Northern Illinois 3-1 against the number on the road this season. 4-2. Normally both these teams play pretty tough out of conference schedules. Northern Illinois, Utah, Vandy, and Nebraska. Meanwhile, Miami of Ohio, Ohio State, Cincinnati, and Iowa. So these are two teams that always schedule up out of conference. So it makes it very, very tough. Then the loss to Western Michigan, they were 12-point dogs in that they didn't cover. Miami of Ohio. The win over Buffalo, where they were 2.5-point dogs, same spot they were here. 2.5-point home dogs to Buffalo. Maybe let's ride the Miami 2.5 theory. What the hell? I think we go with Miami minus 2.5. Plus 2.5. Last time they were 2.5-point dogs at home, they won outright. They beat Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, I have premium area. I don't have it right now, and so it doesn't really matter. But I have a premium area. It's there if you want it. It's certainly not, you need it, you have to buy it, any of those things. It's there for people that want it, and that's it. It was created by the readers. Navy versus South Florida plus 15. Here's a game I haven't looked at. Wow. It's like, this is like, we call this the blindside game because you never saw it coming. But Navy, big favorites here. Let's go with Navy minus the 15. I think that they can seriously frustrate teams. Charlie Strong is struggling there at South Florida this year. I thought that was going to be a good spot for him. Morning to everyone. I don't know what that means. Thank you. No idea what that means. Team A versus Team B with the point spread like this. That's how you do it. Just like that. Team A versus Team B with the point spread. We did that game already. Oh, I don't do that division. I don't do it. No idea. How about South Dakota State Jackrabbits, right? What the hell? Let's say, we'll call it South. I have no idea. I'm just going to say South Dakota State is a team I know. We know they're generally really good. Take them. I don't have time to do it. Sorry. But we will have our best bets in the premium area starting next week. Will there be an option between daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly subscriptions? Yes. And also be an introductory discount for premium. And there's not going to be recurring subscriptions like there was with the old one, but there will be reminder emails that are sent when your subscription is about to expire. If you have the introductory pricing on your subscription and you keep it current, like you renew it within 3 days after expiration, I'll honor the introductory price forever, as long as you keep it current. If you let it lapse or whatever, then it is what it is the next time you sign up. But I'll honor the introductory pricing forever, and it's going to be pretty significant. It's not going to be like 10% off or 15% off or anything like that. It's going to be 25% or better. But it's not going to last forever. That's for sure. It's going to be a little different. Last time we had the premium and the plus. I don't know who this is. I think you have it wrong. I think it's UAB. I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. I need all the help I can get from you guys when you're entering the picks in on the screen. I try and cover as many as I can, but I need your help. So I like UAB minus 16.5. Yeah, it's one pick per person. So either you want the total or the thing. We'll give that one. But back to this, yeah, like I said, it's going to be introductory pricing and it's going to be significant, but there's not going to be a premium and a plus. It's just going to be one, and I'm going to rate them, and that'll be it. I'll rate them 1 through 10. Like, this is the one I like the best. This is the one I like the second best, third best, fourth best, fifth best, and that's it. Just I don't have the resources to build out the major thing, and we are building it. Something like that takes months to build. Clemson and Louisville total 62.5. I like the over. Clemson, Louisville. And by the way, anyone that I'm not answering your questions or I'm trying to explain things, I'm not mad. I'm not any of those things. I'm just trying to say this is, it's a lot of ground to go. You got to put the point spread, man. Got to put the point spread. We have every single hockey game that's on the board. I don't understand the question. There's 11 hockey games today. There's 11 hockey games. We have all 11 games, a pick on all 11 games. So I don't understand what, Scott, if you could really, I would appreciate it. If you send me an email, mitch@pickdogs.com, or if you just say it here in the comments, what do you mean by that comment? Because I don't understand it. What more do you want us to cover? Because we'll cover it. We will. I just don't understand what you're saying. There's 11 hockey games today on the schedule, and we have 11 hockey games covered at the website. So I'm not sure I understand the question. So help me, please. I would appreciate it. I'll instant message you on Facebook, actually, if I can find you too. Yep, if you can hit the like button, the thumbs up, greatly appreciated. I don't know what that means. Got to hit the point spread. No idea what that means. Team A versus Team B with the point spread. Or the total. No idea what that means. Got to look like this. I'm going to take Akron plus 17.5. This is a lousy game. Akron's terrible. Buffalo is up and down. I'll take the points though. I mean, let me actually double check it. I kind of went into it. I'm not sure how can I make it easier for people to format the questions correctly. Like, how can I make that easier? I don't have room on the screen to put it, so I'm not really sure how to do it. I say it about 1,000 times. No, I won't. I use the Ping Glide forged wedges, and I really, really like them. I really like them. I have the 50, the 54, the 58, and the 60 of the Ping forged wedges. I don't use them all, in every round like that. It depends on the course I'm using. But the one that I use the most, and the only one I don't have is the 56 and 52. Well, those two I don't have. I don't have the 52. I don't have the 56. But the one I use the most is the 54. I'm a major flop shotter. I love hitting the flop shots. And the 54 Ping Glide forged wedges, just great flop shot. And I've been using the Chrome Soft Callaway balls with the soccer ball, so you can see them when they spin like crazy. These have little shockers on it. See, but I use the yellow ones with the black, and so you can really see the spin. So I know those wedges have really been going. How cool would it be to get pick dog covers like this? How cool would that be? Arizona State versus Utah. I like Arizona State here. I flip-flop back and forth on this one, but I'm going to take Arizona State plus 13.5. I know Utah's had the week off. I don't know. There's no way. See, maybe you're new to my show or something, but I would never bet that, ever. If I didn't like the points, if I didn't like laying the points, I would take the other side and get the full payout. I'm going to be doing money management videos, and I'm going to talk a lot about stuff like this. I mean, this to me makes no sense. Why wouldn't, if you don't think Florida can cover the spread, why wouldn't you take the points with South Carolina and get the full payout? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just like teasers. It's like, if you don't like it, bet the other side. People are just uncomfortable with underdogs and taking points, and it's like you have to get out of your comfort zone. That's why most people lose at betting, because they're uncomfortable taking an underdog. Most people are. Unders and underdogs. People are so uncomfortable with it. Did this game? It's up. They did not want to win. Not sure yet. I'll go through the board though, and when I go through the recap, I'll just tell you which ones I like the best. UCF minus 34 versus East Carolina. I like UCF minus the 34. I really don't like that game, but I won't be betting it. But whatever. I think Burrow just fits the LSU system, where Kidd had done just as good as Ohio State. I think that Ohio State will. I think whoever would have quarterbacked Ohio State would have looked good. I mean, let's look at their quarterbacks in recent years. I mean, even last year, back to Haskins, who can't beat out Case Keenum. He can't beat out Alex Smith with a broken leg. And look at what he did at Ohio State. So when you have an offensive line like that, and the same thing for Burrow at LSU, it's tough to tell, because look at the offensive line he has. It's not like the NFL where everybody is pretty even. You know, in the NFL, 2 or 3 plays, we bet the NFL every week, right? And what does it usually come down to covering and not covering a point spread? In most games, it's 2 or 3 plays, you know? In college, teams dominate other teams. And when you have an offensive line and a defensive line in a running game, and receivers like LSU has, and you're playing against teams with lesser competition, you're going to always look good. I think that I think what we've seen last week in the Florida game, even that game was tough to tell because Florida just in the fourth quarter just looked worn down. They just looked worn down at the end of that game. It was, was it LSU that wore them down? I think yes. Yeah, it was. But how much did the week before against Auburn take out of them as well? We have a variety of packages available. Penn State -7. I love Penn State. We went over this one. I like Texas minus the 21. It's higher than this. Got to put the point spread in there. Yep, we are dysfunction. One great big dysfunctional family. We did this game. It's weird. Craig is actually not that big of an eater. It's a weird thing. Craig is not he can't, I can eat more than Craig. I can Kobayashi him under the table. Like as far as quantity of food, I can eat a lot more than Craig does. It's a weird thing. I can eat a lot more than he does. I think it's food choices, you know. It's choices of it's what you choose to eat. But Craig, I don't think he could eat that many, to be honest with you. Craig is not a big eater. It's an amazing thing. He just makes some interesting choices. He likes chicken wings and things like that, deep fried. Houston versus Connecticut. We did that game. I like Minnesota. Just keep betting against Rutgers. Seems to be working pretty well. PJ Fleck can take the foot off the gas at any given time, but Rutgers just so bad. I could see the Minnesota special teams or defense scoring. Beautiful day in Chestnut Hill. That's Boston College. They'll be playing NC State today. We took BC on the money line in that game. I don't know what that means. Iowa State, Texas Tech, over 57.5. Over. And we have a lot of games we've done today. Look at all these. Okay, I don't know what that means. You got to say what the number is. You got to say the number, right? Or else I don't know. It's for everybody. It's one question per person too. I mean, this is I love you guys, but it's like, I mean, a little bit of help would always help. Well, next week we'll have the premium, so we won't have as many games to go over. But anyways, Oregon versus Washington -3. I've been going back and forth. I'll take Oregon minus the 3. I don't know. It's Oregon -3. You have it backwards. Texas A&M -6. I like Ole Miss. Been on for over an hour now at this point. An hour and 4 minutes. 216 people on live. If you guys can hit the thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Cost you nothing, helps me a ton. 146 thumbs up, 190 people watching. Pretty nice. I know a lot more people have come and gone during the show. We did this game. Washington State's not playing Oregon. I got my buddies tuning in when you do the tips and money management videos. Awesome. No, I can't. I don't have the ability to do that. I don't think I do, at least. I don't know how to do it. I have never changed it. Is there anybody else that can't hear me? Georgia versus Kentucky. Over under 45.5. Love over 45.5. Georgia, Kentucky. Are you sure that's the line? That doesn't even seem right. I rely on you guys for the lines when you say things like this. It is. It's down to 46. It must be weather in that one. What would your parlay, money line, and run line picks be? I gave out the parlay today already. I already gave it out. You can go to the YouTube channel. We've been through it already. It's like, I don't understand. I just don't even I don't understand what more I can possibly do. I create a video. I put it on the website. I put it on the YouTube channel. This guy asked the question. I give him the answer. And he asks the same question again. And people say, why do you get upset? It's like, I get frustrated because I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. No, I'm not. Did this one. We do it at the end of every show. We did this game. Yep, whatever you want to do is up to you. If you have a problem, you could always email me. It's not going to be as Alabama, Tennessee over 64. I like over 64, Alabama, Tennessee. So if anyone has a suggestion on what more I can do for somebody who wants a parlay, then do a parlay video, post it on my website, post it on the YouTube channel, and then tell them that it's posted there. If anyone has a better suggestion for me, I posted it on Facebook, I posted it on Twitter, I posted it I don't know what if anyone has a suggestion for me on that one, please tell me. Please help me. When will we meet Chris Ruffalo? That's up to him. Whenever he wants to come on, he's welcome. I think he's kind of on the fence with coming on. It's like he wants to come on, and it's kind of like not 100% sure he wants to come on. I would love to have him on. I like Alabama. They're going to crush him. We did that one, though. Thanks to everyone who's joining me. The show is running long, and it's like longer. It's like I love doing the shows. I don't mind that they go long, but I'll tell you, the longer they go, the harder it is to do because I'm just one person here. No making excuses. Yes, I like it. I would be betting it. I'd mostly be betting just the regular, but I would bet that as well. I don't know. We did that one. Morning. Yeah, you could ask it on Facebook and on. All right, so here's the guy's ask. So here's the thing that I say: the same questions over and over again. Look, right? He went on YouTube and on Facebook. He's asking me the same question. It doesn't help to do that. I got to be honest with you. I gave out my pick in this game. No. We did this one. We did this one. I don't know when I would have the time to think of this. It's like when would I have the time to do it? I'm talking to you guys. Got a million questions. It's like, yeah, I'll just stop what I'm doing and be like, It's in the video player at the very top of every single page. I don't know. On the front page, Pick Dogs, you go there and there's a video player. And the video is my parlay. We did this one. We did this one. Yeah, I think it's never changed. It's always been the same. Yeah, it's always been the same. I just don't know what's up there. Did this one. I think we've done this. I don't know. Tulane or Boston College. Yeah, I don't understand what more I can do with the parlays. I really don't. Well, email me. Let's figure it up, or let's get together on Skype. Figure it out. Yeah. Oh man. Not a great Toledo team this year. I'm going to go to the penny. I think we did the penny on this one before. Toledo, Ball State. Heads, whoever's the home team. Figure it out. It is. We've never done an after the penny flip. It's Ball State, -2. Coin flip. Okay, got about 15 minutes before kickoff. Good idea, David Stanton, to start the show early. It's a lot of talking here for me. I don't know if I can do it like this, to be honest. Ohio U versus Kent State. Take Ohio U -8. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't bet parlays myself. So that wraps it up. Wow. That was a hell of a long show. I don't know if I can do these long shows. We might have to just put an hour cap on it unless I have a guest. It's just hard for one person to do it all, especially when it's the same questions multiple times. And I'll be back at halftime of the early games. There's so many early games, and also halftime of Penn State, Michigan. Well, let's just go through what we came up with. Florida -5, Clemson -24.5, Houston -22.5, Wisconsin -31.5, Florida State +1, Oklahoma -33, LSU -19.5, Louisiana Monroe +16.5, Tulsa +16.5, Arizona +9.5, Temple +9. I like Temple on the money line as well. UTSA +4.5, over in Iowa, Purdue. Duke +3, Southern Miss +2.5, BYU +7, over 59.5, Tulane, Memphis, Hawaii +3, over 63.5, Oklahoma, West Virginia, BC +3.5, Auburn -19, Purdue +18, over 53.5, Boston College, NC State, Baylor +4. I like Baylor a lot there. Over Maryland. Over in the Maryland-Indiana game, Penn State -7.5, Central Michigan -10.5, Miami +2.5, Navy -15, South Dakota State -18, UAB -16.5, over 62.5, Clemson, Louisville, Akron +17.5, Arizona State +13.5, UCF -34, Texas -21, Minnesota -28.5, over 57.5 in Iowa State, Texas Tech, Oregon -3. Ole Miss +6, over 45, Georgia, Kentucky, over 64, Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama -34.5. The coin flip, Ball State -2, and Ohio U -8, and a partridge in a pear tree. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys at halftime of some of the early games. We got about 10 early games today. Hopefully they hit at the half around the same time, so be sure to tune in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up for those notifications. That's how you know you'll catch my halftime show, and also be live halftime of the Michigan-Penn State game. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. See you guys in a few hours.